I feel like a lot of people getting started, myself included, the first thing I ever bought was a duplex in my hometown in Durham. And me and my business partner, who's Jesse, who's the co-host, who's not here with us, we did Airbnb. You know, the cash flow is obviously much better than like a regular rental for a multifamily rental. So I'm curious if you think that's a viable path for somebody who eventually wants to get into commercial real estate, but maybe they don't have a lot of funds to buy one of these larger properties that you mentioned that cash flow really well. Because when I've done research on Airbnb, and especially this year and last year, there seems to be a trend. It's like, if you know, it's not easy anymore to do well. You have to have these either larger properties that can host a lot of people, or they are just, you know, marketed phenomenally well with a bunch of amenities and stuff. Like you have to be the top of the market, like top 5%. Right. So I'm curious if you think that's a good path for anybody who's wanting to start to go down, or you think they should just avoid it completely? Because I've been tempted several times to like look at Airbnb for the cash flow reasons.
Yeah, it's hard to say a blanket statement on that. I mean, I would say it's definitely harder than 3 or 4 years ago. Certainly right after COVID was like the heyday for it. But yeah, unique properties are still like absolutely crushing it. I mean, we have one that's doing 400,000 in revenue a year, one house. And so it's hard to say for sure on that, but it's certainly a lot harder than it was a few years ago. And obviously you're purchasing now at generally higher purchase prices. Your debt is a lot more. So, you know, if you bought 4 years ago and you bought in a good market, it's still probably doing really well, but the margins are probably tighter. But there's always, you know, little markets out there or big markets out there that aren't saturated that you could probably still do pretty well. I like the idea of, you know, if it's a 4 unit or something, you live in one unit and then maybe Airbnb the others out. So you kind of manage it yourself. Maybe you have a cleaner that helps you, but that's a nice way. And you can, you know, never buy one of those properties. Here's a mistake people do is they buy those things and it will only work if you know, hit your Airbnb pro formas versus a long-term rental. And I would not buy hoping that is the case. I would, you know, focus on, can this work as a long-term rental? Great. Then maybe I can try this out and see how it goes. Obviously, you got to furnish it. So there's some upfront effort and cost there. Or you can turn it into like a 3-month rental, 6-month rental. I know some people are doing pretty well with that too, but it's super location dependent.